going to have to run my heart out to get on that podium. There's never no ill will towards me and towards the women. You won. It was your day. I'll always congratulate you. I'll never take it from you. Thank you.
And if you're wondering why Carmelita Jeter, we just haven't got Shelly and Fraser-Pryce just yet, but I'm sure Kerron Rayner won't let her go by without an interview. As soon as that comes up, then we will carry it live. But Bruce, fantastic race. Talk to me about the semi-final, because as good as this was, she, to me, just looked brilliant in the semi-final.
All right, Coach Stephen Francis, I know him as a semi-final coach. He feels at the big championships, the semi-final is as critical as any round. The heats, he expects the athletes to get through easily. But once you get to the semis, you want a really good lane. And he instructs all the athletes, get out there, position yourself, make sure you win your semi-final because you want a great lane in the final. Shelly-Ann is she follows instructions to the T. Look at her in the heats. She got to 40 meters and stopped. Yeah. And all she did was just enough to win. In the semi, she didn't do that. She got out, kept the lead, wasn't even challenged, 10:87. She knew what she was going to come back to do in the finals.
Yeah. Blessing is her first name.
Blessing Okabari.
Okabari beat her a couple of times. Coach, I don't know how you felt about the final before you saw the semi-final. But did you think there was anyone, or Blessing could have given her a hard time in the final, in the first
Can't lose. Can't
And then having seen the semi-final, I suspect you would have said, well, this is easier than
Can't
I
lose.
thought.
I mean, Shelly is an experienced athlete. And even when she was inexperienced, she came out and did what nobody expected her to do when she won the title the first time around. And with all those different races that she's competed in over the years, definitely she's learned a lot. Yeah. And she demonstrated why she's the best sprinter Jamaica has ever seen.
Yeah, Bruce, in the semi-final, at the end of the race, the commentator said she's the mistress of peaking at the right time. That must be coaching.
It is coaching, but it also is talent. And the coach has to guide the talent. So let's give both credit. But Shelly-Ann, better than perhaps any other athlete that I know, follows instructions. Meaning, in London, her coach told her to run very fast in the heats at the London Diamond League. She ran 10:77. Everybody got excited. In the final, coach said, work on your form, because it's about form for the World Championships. She ran 10:94 and came fourth. And there are people who are like very concerned. Okabari ran 10:79. Shelly-Ann was told in the final, you give it all you have. That's what she did. This run by Shelly-Ann, 10:71, is the largest winning margin at a World Championship. Yeah. That's a big deal. It's also Shelly-Ann's second fastest time she has ever run in her life.
Yeah. Unique spirit thought for Kerron Stewart.
Kerron Stewart ran a very good race. However, her start was a bit slower than the rest of the field. And we know her to have great top-end speed, which you saw brought her back up into 5th place, close to the end. But it was just not in time. Yeah. Because as usual, sometimes you feel, oh, if she had another 5 meters, she could have gotten a medal, which might be true, but she would have needed to have a better start. Great race. She's a very good athlete, very talented. She has great form, but today was just not her day for
Coach, do you accept that the start just won't get any better, or can it? And you continue, because Usain Bolt is still saying that his start is not great. But I think he has, I don't think, he obviously has more speed than Kerron Stewart, so he could catch them. What do you do about this start? Because you also don't want to pick start, do you?
No, well, the start is 2 components. There's a reaction, you know, what you do when the sound is made, how soon you move, and then how you drive out of the blocks. That's the other thing. The reaction you can work on, but different persons might have better reaction than others. But how you react how you drive out of the blocks is something that you train. You simply have to sit there and listen, but then when the gun goes, you need to really execute technically, and so that's something you work on.
Yeah. All right.
The Russian, who had already run 49.1, ended up in 3rd. You know,
we have to go to Moscow.
I wish it was 10 something else, but you know, I'm just thankful and thanking God for everything that has happened so far.
You've been running extremely well all season, but to come and deliver, only the 2nd person with 200 meters titles in the World Championships. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, you know. This was just the grace and mercy of God, because in the heat, I actually hurt underneath my bottom, and I was feeling a lot of pain, and you know, I kept telling myself that, you know, God will protect me, I'll be fine. This is my opportunity to trust him 100% no matter what. And I did that. I came out here, I didn't think about anything. All I thought about was the fact that coach said to me, you know, remember your execution, remember to push out of the blocks. You know, and I did that, and I'm just so excited that it unfolded the way it did. And I'm so excited because, you know, it's hard work, it's a lot of commitment, you know, and the support. And I have to say to, of course, all my supporters, you know, my coaching staff, Stephen Francis and Paul Francis and the rest of the team, and MVP or Monsieur, Mr. James, Mr. Laidlaw, my husband, you know, my sponsors, of course, Nike, Grace Kennedy, Digicel, and my friends, my family, my mother, everybody that had a part to play and giving me that push. And, you know, everybody say it's just us alone, but for me, it's a team. It's the support that I get from a lot of persons, and I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to come here and to represent my country again, and of course, come with the gold medal. The
200 meters come up. You've been running some very good 200 meters. What are your personal expectations?
Oh my God, let me just enjoy the 100 now, please. Well, you know, for the 200, I'm just looking forward to it, you know. It's going to be a challenge, but, you know, that's what I live for, challenges. And, you know, I have the Lord in my corner, and I'm sure he's in everybody's corner. But for me, I'm just, you know, focusing on execution and hoping to God that he gives me that memory to know that, you know, I've done it before and I can do it again. And before, this is live, right? Okay, so now it's live. I can say happy birthday to Sharon. Today is our birthday, and I know, you know, she must be hurting now because she would have been here in these finals, but, you know, it didn't happen. But, you know, I just want to tell you happy birthday, and I know you're hurting, but we're all with you and we're supporting you. And the one thing I know about God, he'll never leave us in our weakest moment, and he's right there. Just remember who you are, what you've worked for, and you'll come back, and I know you will.
No, it is of course live. We are seeing pictures in Kingston. Halfway Tree was going crazy.
Hi, Mr. James.
So
listen, no
Halfway Tree was going crazy.
They were?
But Waterhouse you come from, Shelley?
Don't it?
Talk.
Okay, so of course I have to big up everybody from Waterhouse, Ashuka Road, especially my church, and everybody who prayed for me. Sister Sharon, Donna Marie, Pastor Senior, everybody at the church who, you know, gave their support and sent me an email. Shauna K, everybody who sent me an email or a text message. Thank you so much for the support and for your prayers. Of course, as you can see, it worked, and keep on praying for the 200. And of course, again, my mother, of course, you know, I know she's watching, I know she's excited, and I'm excited. My husband, you know, I love you so much, and thank you so much for the support and everything. Of course, again, my sponsors, Grace Kennedy, Digicel, thank you so much. You know, this is what extraordinary is. Thank you.
Shelley, good luck going forward.
Thank you. Okay.
So the first thing, folks, everybody had said balling like crazy. But Bruce, who said before she came up, I hope she remembered to hear me because I paid her.
That is not true. I was hoping she would not call my
and
name.
on point, as she said that, she said, Mr. James said, all right, my money is safe. But what a fantastic interview, what a fantastic person. And Bruce, well, she said you guys have a lot to do with it, so congrats. Fantastic work by Shelley and Fraser-Pryce.
All right, well, let me go to the professional. I cannot deal with Shelley and her emotions. She's way too much. She's a great person. And that shout out,
emotion is good.
That shout out to Sharon Simpson is a serious sentiment. I mean, they train together every day. Today is Sharon's birthday. And Sharon and I had spoken that today Sharon would have been in the World Championship final because we would have known this many months ago.
Quite unfortunate. So we looked at the 400, we looked at the 100. Kerron Stewart came 5th in that race.
Kerron Stewart so close, but yet so far 10:97, season best time, and it just didn't work.
I mean, I'm just happy to be here, you know. A lot of people didn't see me making the final, so for me, every day is a victory. Every day that I come out here and do what I love is a victory for me, and I know I can go back and be honest with myself and say that I have given it all that I have.
Talk us through the race. The gun went. Just walk us through it.
I mean, it was a horrible start, but nonetheless, the race is over, and there's nothing I can do about that. But I'm just happy. I'm happy to be here. I think I'm just one step closer to being where I should be.
Your teammate becomes only the second woman to win at least 2 gold medals at the World Championships, joining Marion Jones. Talk to us about Shelly's performance and just how she went through the rounds.
I mean, Shelly's a class act, I think. You know, she presents herself well and she runs that way, and I'm really happy for her.
The 4x100 meters, we had 2 in the final. What do you think we can do here in Moscow?
Sky's the limit. I think Jamaica can only beat themselves. You know, we just have to put the right people on the right leg and just go there and have fun.
Any insight into how the baton passes has been going and where, who will run on what particular leg?
I can't tell you who is going to run what leg, but whatever leg they put me on, I'm going to give it everything that I have.
Talk to the persons back home in Jamaica. You're live on TV.
I think this one is for Jamaica. We have been through a lot this year, and we just had to put all of that behind us and come out here and really represent ourselves. You know, we didn't answer when everybody expected us to, but we answer on the track, and that's all the talking we need to do.
Good luck for the rest of the championships, Kerron.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Look at Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce now coming through the field. Still Gardner in second place, and it's all over about. It's Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. It's very close for second. 10.72 for Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. A very, very clear win.
No matter how often you see that, it's such a great feeling. And she said, Bruce, and I'm jumping at Bruce because obviously the connection there, that she said that she had some problems and she didn't even know if she could run the final.
Yeah, well,
what was going on?
No, the semis.
The semi-final.
Yeah, what happened after her heat yesterday, I got a WhatsApp at about 4 o'clock in the morning. And let me tell you, if you're going to be an analyst on TVJ, you have to have a very strong marriage because, of course, when I'm answering my phone at 4 o'clock in the morning, I have to say to Pascal, hey, Shelly-Ann, don't worry about it. But she was in a panic because she was feeling pain very close to her buttock, the top of her hamstring. And she had been given medication to rub on it, and she was afraid to put the medication on because she didn't want to take a chance of putting something on her leg that could then turn up a positive. So she said she was not going to put it on. She needed to get it cleared. The issue is where she is and where Coach Stephen Francis is, they're not together. So the quickest person for her to reach out was me. And then I had to then contact the doctor at that point to say, listen, these are the issues. Contacted Coach as well. And we said, listen, get the ice on it, and you have to remain positive. And that's what she did. So David Riley wants to know, why was I concerned? And I hope they didn't record us off camera watching the race. But why was I concerned? Because when Shelly-Ann says to me she's hurting before the semifinals of the World Champs, that's a real concern.
Well, they did record you, by the way. But, Coach, Bruce, I'm sure you could answer that. She said she didn't want to put anything on. And I'm talking about, as you said, tested positive. What if she had gone to the doctors and said, I'm feeling pain and I'm putting this on, and then something ended up in there? What would have happened? If she had gone to the IAAF, who would she go to in the first place to declare something? Who would she have gone to?
But she got the medication from the team doctor, Dr. McDowell, there in Moscow.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter who gives it to you.
No, I'm saying.
What happens is when you're doing the drug test, you actually declare it on the form.
And you declare that to who?
To the water. It's actually water.
So if you declare it, then why would you get in trouble? I'm asking.
Okay, because you can't say, oh, by the way, I took some steroids, and so, no, you can't.
Yeah, you're still responsible.
You're still responsible. So wouldn't the doctor know that you can't do this or you can't use that?
Well, it turns out that what she was given to rub on her leg, not to ingest, not a tablet, nothing like that, was fine. And it's not an issue. But the rules are set up to protect everyone, and it says you are responsible for what goes into your body. So, but that is the kind of panic that I had to deal with when Shelly-Ann says there's pain and I'm not sure how to deal with it. I had to actually contact her husband as well because we said, listen, what do we do to get medication to her that we know is safe?
You can't have me nervous. When I hear rubbing things, then you know, you kind of have me nervous. Rub some water. By the way,